Hello, we're back. So, happy holidays, or I guess I hope you had a happy holiday. Adrian Sanders here again. My mic is way up. I have this green light on my neck. That's funny. Anyway, it's been almost a couple weeks, but the Deadcember project is over. So, thanks to Sorinex for that. I very much enjoyed it. And here are the results and my review. And let's just get right to it. So I honestly didn't have a one rep max. I had a training max per Jim Windler. I was doing 531, and when I started 531, I just went with something easy. Lightning McQueen's in the background. But anyway, by something easy, I mean, I don't even remember what it was when I started months ago. But before December, I set it at 340. What that meant was that all my work sets were, even if it got under or up to 95 or 97%, I don't remember, but they were only based on a 340 max. The results, if you watch a few videos back, I got 395, and I would have gone to 400, as many people say in these videos. Why don't you go more heavier? But I would have gone to 400, but I started getting this pain in my lat, and I got it on probably my third to last max attempt, and I just kept going. And then at a certain point, I was like, I can either deadlift 405 or rip my lat. Let's just take it easy. And I think, as a side note, I think it's because this is getting off topic, but I think my hips are so tight, especially on my right side. So I engage this lat more, and this lat not so much. So this one had all the pressure, and this one wasn't doing anything. But whatever. So long story short, I got to 395. I actually started a new 531 cycle based on that. And I know you're supposed to take 90% of your one rep, but I feel like that weight was not a true max, and I'm not about to kind of think about, okay, what if I did a nosebleed 415 and take a percentage. I'm like, okay, it's early in the morning. It was a heavy day, not a true max. So we can call it I don't know, 90-95%. So long story short, I'm just going to try to use that. I thought about taking 90% of that because this week's was rough. Deadlift was rough, but I'm just like, deadlifts are going to be rough no matter what. So how did I like it? I liked it a lot. And I'm, as I have said before, I'm not out there to get this massive deadlift number. Maybe I'm right. I'm not putting too much pressure on myself. I've been good at deadlifts in the past, but I'm not about to blow myself out of the water right now. And since I'm good at the movement, I like the month because it was a lot of greasing the groove with the movement itself, just like putting in the reps, getting used to it. And then, of course, I hope, I don't know how everybody else did in this. I hope everybody was getting PRs. If you just like do something consistently for a month straight, you'll get better at it. Like if all you did was like max push-ups every day for a month, you're going to get better at max push-ups. So I liked it because I'm good at deadlift, and it was, and even though I didn't have the same results from Squattober, just squatting felt better. Deadlifting felt better. And I guess that's a given coming from Windler, where you're doing once a week. As far as all my other moves, they didn't really go anywhere, and it wasn't really being tracked. And I want to say something about that later, but the first week or so, back squats were dropped, and they went to front squats. And I should also say, with these, it's meant to be a full body program. They don't just say just squat, just deadlift, and then next is coming bench and figure it out. They give you everything, which is fine, but I was honestly kind of going crazy by not back squatting as often. And, they just kind of think it's a little, how do I want to say this? If you have a hard deadlift day, like Deadcember, and they say do I don't know. Like one was, I don't remember the name, but deadlift-a-thon, whatever, where you started at a lighter weight. I think it was set to or 8 reps, and then you go heavier, 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 but reduce the reps like 7, 8, 9, 10. Or I'm sorry, uh, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right? And then they say, all right, that was for the deadlift, and now do that on the back squat. For me, I was like, I don't have time to do all that. I think so. Everything else I was doing, it was hard to kind of keep track of what I was doing. I think in Squattober they said max on everything else because they were just as evenly putting everything else in, like the bench and the deadlift. And then some of that is just out of my control. I may have had a bad night of sleep. I may not have the time. I may wake up late and then not have the time to do everything. But that's okay. And I'll just say now, my plan going forward, what's coming up for February is Benchuary. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I think I'm going to keep a 5-3-1 for everything else, and then bench. And I'm also going to keep the proper order. And what I mean is that with Deadcember, you started every workout with the deadlifts, which is fine. But then if you want to work on back squat, good luck with a fried low back, and not even low back, just the deadlift will take it out of you. And then to have something like the squat, where I'm going to say the squat's harder only because the weight is sitting on you. With a deadlift, if you try, yes, it's heavier, so it's harder because it's heavier. But if you try to hit it and you can't get it, it just doesn't go anywhere. You put 1,000 pounds on the ground, you just try to pull it, it doesn't go anywhere. With a back squat, you start with an on you. And so you mentally already have that, oh my goodness, your body's like, will I die? But you won't die. So I would like to, so bench is coming up. I would like to keep 5-3-1 or something going for everything else. I'm probably going to linear progression a little bit on my squat because I don't know where it is right now. Towards the end of December, I just was cutting it out. So the plan will be do my squats first in maybe a 5-3-1 fashion, no matter what. Do the Benchuary work, and then the order will be deadlift. So if, for example, I'm doing 5-3-1 and I want to have a light squat day, so that means I'm squatting twice, I think I'm going to do squat first, do the bench workout, and then on a day with the deadlift, bench first, and then do the deadlift part. Only because with strong lifts or starting strength, it's always squat, press, and pull, and it just makes sense to me. I would, in this season of my life, even though I keep taking a tangent and all this other stuff, I would much rather my squats be at the beginning because that's hard, and then everything else. Bench is, if you've been watching my videos, you can kind of push the bench and it's just never going to be as much weight. And you're also lying down, so it's nice and relaxing. So that's my plan. And then I'm going to confess what I have been trying to do is Dan John's 10K swing challenge. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish it. I've already done kind of 5 days worth. I tried last Thursday and I couldn't do the reps, but I hurt my finger. This ring finger, I don't know if I slightly dislocated it or what. And it's hard to know because you're doing like 500 swings a day, but it does not feel good. And it didn't feel good a couple days ago. And then I went for it again yesterday. And at some point, I never heard a pop the first time, but at some point yesterday I heard a pop. I'm able to use it and move it, but doing the swings, I had my hands, I finally got tape and wrapped my hands up, but I had to so gingerly swing it. So I'm honestly, I'm probably going to drop it. Like, injury does not play second fiddle to finishing a challenge in time. I'll explain the swing challenge another time, only because now that's not my focus anymore. So anyways, Wrapping this up, Deadcember, I liked it. It was in December. Again, if you do this, you either have to accept I'm going to do a full body program with what Sorinex gives me, or if you have something else going on, do your something else. Uh, Focus on that, maintain that. If you're on a, I don't know, cycle or progression, keep that going, and just think of the Deadcember as something separate, or not separate, but at the end of your regular training. That's I know that's going to be months from now, but I think I'm just going to like do all my lifting that I have planned, and then Deadcember at the end of the workout, depending on what I'm doing that day. Like if I have a squat, I'm going to do my squat, and then I'll deadlift. And if I'm tired, so be it. It should be at a weight that's using a training max that's comfortable. And I think they said use 90% as well, which is what I was doing already with Windler. So that's it. All right. So now for Benchuary coming up, again, I'll talk about it in more detail and I'll make a ton of videos again. But I'm assuming it's going to be bench pressing 5 days a week. Valentine's Day is not really a holiday that everybody takes off, but it's just fun. And that again, now bench is something that I've been good at in the past and haven't pushed in years. So we'll see. Now, with the the thing right now is that my bench in my videos, again, using 531, I took some ridiculously low number. So everyone's always like, why don't you add more weight? You hit 223. Why don't you just go to 225? I'm trying to be patient here, people. But for now, thought I thought about, okay, I'm just gonna jump ship and go into something like a strong lifts or starting strength progression for the bench. Maybe press. The press gets really hard really fast, but with the bench press, I'm thinking like I hadn't really pushed it in a while, and I think I was doing it before, and I got to I think in the 240s with it. So since Benchuary is coming up, and I want to have a decent weight as a percentage weight, even if it's not a true 1 rep max. Well, I might max out right before. So I may max out Friday. Sorry, I'm thinking as I go. But what I did today, what I'm planning on doing, is just doing a straight up linear progression. I did 5 sets of 5. If you want to come at me and say all you need is 3 sets, whatever. Everything works for a little bit. And then I think I'm going until it gets hard, heavy, whatever, or hit a wall. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it 3 days a week. Okay. And now that I say that, I think I want it to be on these off days, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, so I can squat focus a little bit. And then if I hit a wall, I'm going to alternate with the press again, or maybe. I already have press going as 531. I'm planning this as I talk about this. So I may alternate the days because it's not 3 days a week. It's every other workout when you have the press. So that could be bench Monday, rest or press on Wednesday, and then bench Friday again. And then the next week you bench Wednesday. So and I only have a month. So I basically have 3 more weeks of this before Benchuary comes up. So I'm going to do linear progression on that. Really just push it, because why not? I'm going to be smart about it. I thought about adding 10 pounds today. I just went with 5. So I am at 210 now. We'll see how far I can go. And then I'll have a decent weight for Benchuary. You know what? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do heavy single on the last day of January, which lands on a Friday. There you go. There's my plan. So that's it. Stick around. And if you want to follow along, do it. All this, I love lifting in general. The power lifts are great, but I honestly miss the Olympic lifts. So I'm going to have to figure that out after the end of next month. But, I'm getting stronger in multiple ways, so I'm happy with it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for staying tuned. If you watch the end of this video, congratulations. You have a great attention span. See you in the next video. Bye.